Welcome everybody out to podcast number 347. We're going to continue our reading of the Takt production system. This is going to be part 11. We're going to go into a number of lean concepts, which you are absolutely going to love. On we go.
This is the Elevate Construction Podcast, delivering remarkable content for workers, leaders, and companies in construction wanting to take their next step. Get ready to step out of your comfort zone with Schroeder as he encourages you to do better, live a remarkable life, and expect more. Let's go.
Welcome everybody. I hope you're doing well. We're going to get right into the reading. I think that, like I said the other day, we're well over a third of the way through the way it looks right now in the book. So let's go ahead and learn some basic lean concepts. This is gold. I've been distilling this down, collecting this for quite some time. We wrote it in here as the title, What Did Brad Learn as he began creating the Takt plan from David. So here we go. It can be quite difficult to enter into the world of Takt without understanding key lean principles. The following is a list of concepts that David taught Brad, and that we should all understand as we embark on our Takt journey. These are not just definitions, these are concepts. They have been summarized here for you as a preface to the remaining sections. People. Respect for people. Everything we do must align with the highest standards of respect for people and encourage psychological safety. In addition to this, we must also have respect for resources. Everything we do must respect the resources we use to build and maintain our projects and our companies. We cannot be wasteful simply because we live in an economy of abundance. This creates the basis for the definition of lean in construction. Number 1, respect for people and resources. We cannot make any progress in our lean journey if we do not do it from a place of respect for people and resources. Number 2, stable environments with flow and a culture that sees and fixes problems. Stable environments with standardization and flow are the only environments that will bring problems and issues to the surface real time so a team can fix them, resolve them, and remove them. 3, total participation with visual systems. Continuous improvement is only supported when the entire project site is participating in a lean culture and can see what winning looks like daily at their place of work on the project. 4, continuous improvement and fanatical quality. If respect, stability, and total participation are present in a culture, the project culture can begin efforts to continuously improve the flow of supply chains, processes, and systems, in addition to everyone seeing and fixing problems every day with process and quality of work. People. Lean engages in organizational cultures of highly engaged people solving problems together. The only value a client wants to pay for is workers putting work in place, and team members feel the most fulfillment and enjoyment when their work is meaningful and removed of waste. This sets the target for us as an organization that enables us to solve problems and improve. The target is to respect people by creating stability and flow, eliminating waste, and continuously improving. We are best able to do this when we focus on flow. Flow is the single most important condition to strive for in construction. It is the most value-added effort on our journey to increase safety, customer delight, profits, employee satisfaction, and reduce production durations. We will increase our understanding of flow every day. We focus on 3 types of flow: workflow, trade flow, and logistical flow. Enabling flow will drive the most appropriate continuous improvement efforts. To do this, we need to differentiate between resource efficiency versus flow efficiency. Resource efficiency means to maximize the use of individual resources and attach work to resources, or people, equipment, crews, and tools. Flow efficiency is where we focus on the flow of the product to the customer or the customer to their end goal and attach resources to flow units. We always attempt to achieve both in harmony. In construction, we utilize one process flow instead of one piece flow because the process flows through a stationary project site. As we optimize flow for the areas and processes, we need to optimize the bottlenecks. A bottleneck is any resource whose capacity is equal to or less than the demand placed upon it by the entire system, or a slowdown in the flow of work. We look for and increase the capacity of bottlenecks to improve flow. Once this is done, bottlenecks will show up in other locations and will become our new focus. In addition to bottlenecks, problems show up on the construction site. For problems, we need to eliminate waste. Stop, call, and wait principle. This principle relies on 4 steps. 1. Discover an abnormality. 2. Stop the process. 3. Fix the immediate problem. And 4. Investigate and solve the root cause. We create environments where people and teams can see as a group, know as a group, and act as a group to see, stop, fix the problem, and prevent it in the future. We must see what winning looks like as we work. It is easiest to find problems as we 3S. 3S stands for 1. Sort, remove what is not needed. 2. Straighten, organize what remains. 3. Sweep or shine, clean your area in detail. 3S is a standard practice that all teams and crews perform daily to create cleanliness, organization, and enjoyment. It results in the ability to find and see problems so they can be fixed. We are looking for the 8 wastes. The 8 wastes are 1. Overproduction. 2. Excess material inventory. 3. Transportation. 4. Motion. 5. Defects. 6. Overprocessing. 7. Waiting. And 8. Not using the wisdom or experience of the team. Overproduction and inventory are the mother and father of all wastes. Typically in construction, when we overproduce, we have an excess inventory which then needs to be transported and which causes excess motion. The distraction and process of moving inventory creates defects or allows us to ignore them. Defects then need to be fixed, which causes overprocessing, and that creates waiting and lost crew hours. And it is all waste because we know better and could have worked as a team. These cause most of the wasted money and time in construction. In addition to waste, we need to watch out for overburden and unevenness. Overburden happens when workers are made to work too fast, or a floor is stocked with too much materials, or when a project management team has to process too much paperwork. Overburden occurs when a resource is utilized over 100% of its reasonable capacity. Unevenness, non-uniformity, or irregularity in construction can be described as variation in the flow of work or the variation in the resources available to do the work. Mura causes waste because it causes variation. For example, if there is an unevenness in the delivery of materials to the project site, that may cause excess inventory or waiting, which are ultimately waste. We remove these 3 conditions as much as possible in our daily work. We are able to observe these at the place of work. We do not focus on numbers and reports from a distance. We observe numbers and reports and observe at the place of work close to the work. We determine if we are winning as close to the place of work as possible with total participation with the people doing the work. We reduce the latency of when we identify and fix problems. This allows us to observe and implement continuous improvement. A way of thinking that there is always room for improvement in every process and system, questioning the current knowledge, and innovating better solutions that add more value and reduce waste, variation, and overburden pressure on any resource. To create a continuous improvement culture, we begin by 3S'ing, learning the 8 wastes by memory, learning to really see waste and unevenness and overburden. We then form an emotional dislike, annoyance, or even hatred for these conditions, and we use that leverage to take daily and incremental steps to fix what bugs us. To scale up this culture, we take before and after videos of those improvements and share them in our organization. Continuous improvement is aimed at removing or reducing waste and variation. Waste and variation interrupt flow and are therefore the biggest adversaries to flow. We strive to reduce or eliminate waste and variation in all that we do. We are at war with waste and variation, not trade partners, design partners, or clients. We call waste and variation roadblocks. Most waste and variation come from roadblocks that are not noticed and removed ahead of the work. Teams, crews, leaders, and workers should find and remove roadblocks as their first offensive tactic. This should happen daily. We have to keep in mind there is inevitable and uninevitable variation. Some variation is inevitable and will always happen. Some is not inevitable. We strive to eliminate all avoidable variation so we can adapt to and be nimble with inevitable variation. We absorb inevitable variation with buffers, material capacity and time buffers. We do not plan for 100% efficiency with either materials, capacity, or time. We must have buffers because waste and variation will occur in human systems. Inventory buffers. An inventory buffer is the amount of inventory allowed on site with a specified duration of time ahead of the work. Buffers must be designed to bring materials in enough time that workers are not waiting for materials, but not too much that we have an excess that creates the other wastes. Capacity buffers. Everything has a capacity. Equipment, workers, crews, machines, teams, factories, and any other resource has a capacity. Sometimes equipment breaks down, workers get tired, crews slow down, machines need maintenance, teams encounter dysfunction, and factories experience problems in the production line. We strive for 100% capacity utilization, but we understand that we must have a buffer in our utilization of resources that realizes we will only achieve a percentage of a resource's capacity. Time buffers. Just as we typically plan on 1.5 or 3% financial contingencies, we must have buffers for time. Construction suffers interruptions from its supply chains, weather, or other adverse conditions. We plan our projects with these buffers to prevent teams and workers from working too fast in a frenzied manner, which creates waste and a lack of pre-planning and steadiness. We plan projects with time buffers in flow and increase production through continuous improvement, last planner system, and Scrum techniques. Knowing about and having buffers allows us to bring materials, manpower, and information to the site just in time. Just in time is a way to describe the planning, delivery, and arrival of materials, information, equipment, and workers to work just ahead of the right buffer. For instance, materials are brought just in time ahead of material inventory buffers. This reduces the amount of material on site and increases production. We focus on right sizing and leveling of material inventory and workers on the project. When the amount of workers on a crew or project and the amount of materials on site increase beyond the required numbers to achieve production in a flow, costs rise, productivity reduces, and work slows. Therefore, the right sizing and leveling of material inventory and worker counts in a leveled way increases production because it allows teams to focus on the work, reduce context switching, and reduces the occurrence of all the other wastes. This is enabled when we embrace prefabrication. We prefabricate everything we can. This makes the system move quickly and smoothly, and it enables us to work in a one process flow. One process flow. One process flow describes a condition where work is finished one scope or one process at a time from beginning to end, instead of in large batches. Processes or work moves from phase to phase or step to step in a flow on the shortest path possible on its way to the customer. Examples of one process flow are as follows: sending out meeting minutes right after the meeting, filling out an inspection report right after the visit, answering emails as they arrive, finishing work areas by scope while there and work is in progress, excavating, installing, inspecting, and backfilling sections of pipe and segments, and starting building and completing phases of work before starting another one. To do this, we need to be open to changeovers. Just as tool, machine, and equipment changeovers may be necessary in manufacturing to produce only what the customer needs when they need it, crews should be more willing to change tools, supplies, and methods to finish work in a flow when in an area and in a one-process flow. But crews should always keep a steady speed. Crews should work at the same speed and rate of production to achieve optimal throughput. They should not work too fast and overburden themselves or the crew as a whole. We enable this by limiting work in process. The more work that is in process, the more capacity is utilized from teams, workers, systems, equipment, and resources. We strive to limit work in process and finish in a one-process flow as we go. To limit work in process, we urge holding start dates. Holding start dates, especially when multiple trades are working in sequences, is the best way to ensure more success with just-in-time deliveries, encouraging one process flow and reducing work in progress. If we do this, we must focus on quality at the source. We notice quality defects, stop the work, correct the problem, and retrain crews before proceeding. We do not push defects down the line to our customers. We fix things as we go. Our rate of production is based on pull. Pull in construction communicates the process of pulling work and workers behind the preceding process once complete and done in a quality manner. These processes are linked in a chain all the way back to the customer based on the requested end date. When pull does not happen, work, crews, contractors, and teams are pushed on top of each other, which slows production and causes safety and quality defects in addition to waiting. This concept only works if we all see our partners as customers. The owner who is paying us for the project is our customer. The neighbors are our customers. The facility management team are our customers. And the designers, engineers, trade partners, and vendors are our customers. When we treat people and organizations this way, we truly implement respect for people. An internal customer is anyone who depends on the product you produce. The electrical contractor is the customer of the framing contractor. Trade partners are customers of the design partners for RFIs. We care for each of our customers when we use visual controls. Visual management and measurement. The measurement of winning with performance should be measured real time at all levels of the organization and be measured in an active data environment, meaning visual. Everyone should be able to see, know, and act as a group. When we see the gap in our progress towards our KPIs or winning, we utilize plan, do, check, act, and lean rollouts. When moving forward with efforts and work, we plan it first, build it right, and finish as we go. We produce a minimum viable product and allow the customers to review this before it's completely finished. We plan our efforts, do them, check them to see if the desired outcomes were achieved, and then adjust to meet customer needs and wants. We PDCA everything we do. We are only able to PDCA because we embrace standardization. Standardization. Standardization is good. Continuous improvement will flourish in stable environments with standardization. Everyone is expected to rise to minimum standards and improve from there. We standardize to improve. Improvement cannot succeed without standardization. Standardization cannot succeed without accountability. Lean cultures and systems are not successful without accountability. Project teams and team members must hold each other accountable to standards, or success will not happen. There can be no tolerance of dissension from the culture. The group must be focused on striving for perfection. Perfect is easy, good is hard, mediocre is hard and destructive, and bad goes out of business. Although not attainable in human systems, we strive for perfection and never settle. With higher expectations, we achieve higher enjoyment, engagement, and fulfillment. People do their best work when they have connection, relevance, and measurement at work and when their work matters. Companies and teams only succeed when individuals and teams enjoy their work and when they do meaningful work. The probability of this increases as we increase integration and proximity. We strive for person-to-person proximity in teams and the integration of people, systems, technology, spaces, and information when structuring teams. These types of teams have a greater amount of transparency. Everything thrives in transparency. We do not keep secrets outside of what is confidential from an HR or legal situation. Transparency allows teams to better respond to problems, requests, and opportunities with agility and adaptability. We are agile, nimble, and adaptable to provide customer needs and wants. The way we do this is by creating stability everywhere on the project, so we are only adapting where and when needed to add value. We do not encourage unnecessary variability or change. There are things we do not adapt to in construction. The first one is that we are always safe. We are safe, period. It is the top priority in all we do. We are also clean. Everything we do will be done in a fanatically clean way. This is the first indicator that there is a problem on the project. This will be done in an environment with high organization. Everything we do will be done in a fanatically organized way. This is the way we can create stability and optimize the workers. Workers make the money in construction. They are the heroes. We optimize and stabilize their environment first. Information, materials, layout, quality expectations, equipment, permissions, and safety planning should be prioritized in a steady flow to create a safe, clean, organized, and productive environment for the worker. That is how we bring value to our original customer, and our main goal is to focus on production and prevent interruptions. We do not lose money while crews are working. We lose money when the flow of work or the crews are interrupted. Our focus should be on clearing the path for work to progress. We do not track production while crews are in flow. We track interruptions to flow and continuously improve to create more flow. We do this by seeing what it takes to win daily. Foremen track metrics daily to determine if they are winning. Every day, deviations are identified, tracked, and improvements are made to plan the next day. This is shared on a communication system with lean improvement videos. We best see winning daily when we have a team that rallies around the Lencioni principles. Lencioni principles. Leaders. You are a leader when you build the team first, have hard conversations in a professional manner, manage, mentor, coach, direct reports, hold remarkable meetings, and scale communication as your first priority. Team behaviors. Teams excel when they know each other, build trust, engage in healthy conflict, set goals and standards together, hold each other accountable, and perform. Team support. Successful teams have multiplier leaders, healthy team behaviors, and a strenuous performance goal. Meetings. Remarkable meetings are crucial. Meetings must include conflict and focus. They should lead the team and organization to higher levels of achievement. Meetings are not bad. Poorly run meetings are bad and should be fixed. Scaling clarity. An organization or project can only be successful if the leadership team is high functioning, there is clarity around where the organization, project, or team is going, and that clarity is repetitively communicated and reinforced through human systems. Team player behaviors. Team players perform well when they are humble, hungry, and smart. Engagement. People will engage if they can connect to their manager, understand their relevance to the organization, can manage and measure success daily, and feel they are winning. Urgency. Silos, politics, and turf wars occur when a job site is not galvanized around a strenuous performance goal or emergency. This entire system has its origin in the Toyota Way. The 14 principles of the Toyota Way. We follow the following principles of the Toyota Way. Principle number 1. Base your management decisions on a long-term philosophy even at the expense of short-term financial goals. Principle 2. Create a continuous process flow to bring problems to the surface. Principle 3. Use pull systems to avoid overproduction. Principle 4. Level out the workload, work like the tortoise, not the hare. Principle 5. Build a culture of stopping to fix problems to get quality right the first time. Principle 6. Standardized tasks and processes are the foundation for continuous improvement and employee empowerment. Principle 7. Use visual controls so no problems are hidden. Principle 8. Use only reliable, thoroughly tested technologies that serve your people and process. Principle 9. Grow leaders who thoroughly understand the work, live the philosophy, and teach it to others. Principle 10. Develop exceptional people and teams who follow your company's philosophy. Principle 11. Respect your extended network of partners and suppliers by challenging them and helping them improve. Principle 12. Go and see for yourself to thoroughly understand the situation. Principle 13. Make decisions slowly by consensus, thoroughly considering all options, implement decisions rapidly. Principle 14. Become a learning organization through relentless reflection and continuous improvement. Okay, everybody, so I'm going to go off script here just one second. I've never realized this before, but this just occurred to me. When I read these 14 principles of the Toyota Way, there is no other system other than Takt that will implement these. There is no other system out there that adheres to these. Like principle number 4, level out the workload, work like the tortoise, not the hare, build a culture of stopping to fix problems, use pull systems, create a continuous process flow, standardized tasks. This is all Takt. And so I hope you're as passionate about this as I am. We really can't understand Takt planning until we understand these fundamental principles of the Toyota Way. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you're getting something out of these, and I just really hope you're able to go and implement this on your project in the right way. On we go.
Please join us next time in elevating the entire construction experience for workers, leaders, and companies coast to coast. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to share with your construction colleagues and help us spread the word by rating, subscribing, and